haunted by the thought of what I should have been. Continuing a mission that was rooted in a 20-year affinity and rickety condition with an ID crisis. Snap on the front lawn, look up in the sky, it's shapes falling out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. And now we're colors pouring out of the fringe. All heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Just to count your rings. Used to paint. Hard to admit that I used to paint. Natural light on a human face. Stenciled fire in his roommate's face. It was bloom and addiction. A miss and a push and a pigment. Book like a tattooed pigskin look. Pinhead kids in a minute. Drank Kool-Aid from a tube of acrylic. And I grew up in a linseed oil or linen.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, passing may be at a premium, at least for one side. The Cowboys are #1 in pass defense, and they're going up against the Jets offense that knows they'll be challenged. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
Thank you, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and Mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Straight ahead, it's a matchup of unbeatens between the New York Jets and the Dallas Cowboys. Now a play fake here on first down. And his first look is incomplete. Okay, starting lineup time offensively, Charles, for the Dallas Cowboys.
And how about them at #4 in the 2016 draft? Big needs on the defensive line, and they go with the running back.
They go star power.
They went star power, but Ezekiel Elliott, in a lot of ways, was exactly the right decision. When they had winning success in 2014, they did it running the football. Elliott can do that for them again.
On the defensive side, the starters for the New York Jets, Charles.
Let's start with their rookie linebacker, Darren Lee. Played cornerback, if you can believe that, in high school for a while, and uses that same speed at the linebacker position. Hard to block because he's hard to find.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down. Looking to throw, and he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long, pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front? Creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility.
Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. They'll set up a throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Demarcus Lawrence in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Give him 16 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And Parkey's kick is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. Well, it's a night game, a lot of energy in this building, but the visiting team here, they get the ball in the opening drive, and they find a way to at least produce 3.
And things are just getting started, so you can't say that they've taken the momentum totally, but a good start towards seizing it in this game.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
Let's go.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Now it's 2nd and 7.
Let's go. Green, 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot. Here we go now. Leopard. Over.
They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And the back goes into motion.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Time running out here on the play clock. They go play action here on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
That is caught with the 7-yard line. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his 6th touchdown of the season. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Bradley Roby, the quarterback, there to make the stop.
No. Check. Patriot. Set. Gun.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Ohio. Here we go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Buying time to his left. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be a second down. And here's a look at the defensive unit that hopes to halt this offense today. The shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
And the offense needs 7 out of this play on third down.
Ohio. Come on, let's go. Black round. Ohio, let's go.
They get this in the hands of their speedster Dorsett. Stays on his feet. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up into great success.
Flex round. Here we go. Flex round.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Second down now after the pass completion.
Come on, let's go. Flex round.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Here we go.
With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. They're on the march, but facing a third down here.
Detroit! 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 All right, now, Detroit! Here we go. Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They'll look to he rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Naturally, we're going to say it was a poor pass, but the defensive guys say it was just a great play by them. They broke on the football, picked it off, and gave some momentum to their team.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They start on the ground with Elliott, and he'll get this up to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner, but where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play. Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
The play clock's running down, so the D-line's going to spread out. Looking to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. No. Check. Patriot. Leopard. All right, now look at
play clock winding down.
Green, 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Leopard. All right, now look at 56. Leopard.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. They come up in an offset eye. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Completed pass on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down as the defense looks for the stop.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
This is Elliott. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding him to no gain.
So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from a long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
And now out come the Jets. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
After watching that play and result, I go back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator, Brandon, before the game and said, how are you going to move the ball running it against the #1 defense? He gave us no indication, didn't tip his hand at all, so we have to see how this unfolds as this game moves along.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? In this case, they managed to get it done.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. Officially a minute 54 to go in this first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Let's go! White 90! White 90!
On second down, Elliott. And that formation won't yield much here as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. A couple of Jets there in on the stop.
And, Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Check, Patriot, Patriot. Set, Detroit, Detroit. Detroit, Detroit.
And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Elliott. And he'll go down right around the 4. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. New York set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Going for the... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And some room to roam now. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
They go play action here on 1st down. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. So thanks to the late touchdown, and actually, Larry, hold that thought. We're right back to the action. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So out now come the Jets. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Just do get the playoff as he'll look. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the offense does cover this one, but back inside their own 5-yard line. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Shift together here from the D-line.
Here we go now.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Leonard Williams. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from it, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert?
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have broken the tie. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Going up top. And that's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
That was a nice completion on an out route. And those types of play.
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Their big tight end, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Now Parkey for the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
They come up in an offset eye. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And the Cowboys are going to get a first down.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same play out of college. With all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. They'll drop to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And now they're in the hurry up.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
All right, now, look at 56.
They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side.
All right, now, look at 56. 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
No. Check. Patriot now. Barney. Here we go now.
A first down carry by Elliott. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
All right, now, lucky 56. All right, here we go. Back 99 Philly, here we go. Here we go now. Detroit. Gun. Set, boom.
They'll come out in the pistol.
All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got a key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Now let's go.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Back to throw. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Their big tight end, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys have broken the tie. A post to the tight end for 6. Gosh, those guys are so tough to cover, aren't they? Just in general, tight ends running those patterns near the goal line.
Because you have to decide how you want to treat them. Are they a wide receiver? Are they a big extra blocker on the field? Or are they a hybrid and caught in between? So are you going to use a linebacker? Are you going to use a safety? Are you going to even move a corner in if you're going to play nickel or dime defense? They usually win those matchups because they have an answer for all 3 of those positions.
Carry, he loses the football. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Back now here on EA Sports. So they almost turn it over there. Scary moment. 2nd down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get nothing out of that one. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is fielded at the 27. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Again, it's Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Now let's go!
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A gain of 6 there on first. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space, and he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 6 there on first. And this time they go underneath for a simple pitch and catch.
And not only do you get the pitch and catch, Brandon, but you're able to keep the receiver moving when you hit him with the drag route.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And on 2nd and 10 now.
Back to that Philly. Here we go. Detroit. Detroit. Hurry up. Here we go. Here we go.
On play action, they'll throw. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on third down.
Over. Here we go now. Back to that Philly. Here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone. Back to Detroit.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to float this one deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Their dangerous wide receiver. His first touchdown on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. A give to Elliott. And he powers his way up past the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And quickly, they get to the line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Detroit! Detroit! No. Jack, Patriot! Gone!
In motion comes the tight end left. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He can run for it, and he will. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They come out here in the eye. They'll go with a keeper. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Set, B-19! Detroit!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Play action fake. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. And it's 3rd down.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion. He'll look to throw. Can't find that. He can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So on comes the kicker, Cody Parkey, in a big spot. This for the lead in the final stages. And Parkey's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Well, now then, it's a big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth. But, Charles, there is still time left for a final drive.
Brandon, you know they would have liked to take the clock down just a little bit further, at least under a minute or so, but this was not over yet, especially since they just need a field goal.
And now here come the Cowboys. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 12. And it'll be a Dallas first down. And they're going to speed things up here. Back to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Second down now after the incompletion. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Back to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
They'll look to throw. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll be out of bounds up near midfield at the 49. That one good for 12 yards. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. He'll look to throw.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat. It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows them to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
They'll drop to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And New York set to take the field. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go out into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not in a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Jets, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.
Tonight we ain't going out, so we invited everybody. The made, well, they're way too strong, but ain't nobody saying sorry. The speaker's so blown, no one knows what it is, but we keep it on repeat 'cause we don't want it to end. We got the rest of our lives for the rest of our lives. And the rest of tonight for whatever feels right. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. One day we'll look back just shaking our heads. But right now we're too fast to slow down just yet. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. Just acting our age. There's people here that I just met, but we're acting like we go back. It's 3 a.m., but we ain't done yet. Trying our best to make it last. Freedom running through us like an open. We're too high on being young and there's still to raise. We've got the rest of our lives for the rest of our lives. And the rest of tonight for whatever feels right. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. One day we'll look back just shaking our heads. But right now we're too fast to slow down just yet. We're doing it our way, just acting our age. Just acting our age. Just acting our age. We're too loud, we're too proud, we're too high to come back down. We don't think, we don't plan, we stay as long as we can. As long as we can. Just a bunch of poor boys, daddies, girls, children of the cornfield, trying to turn a shift job into a dollar bill. We wear the muddy boots, stay true to how we're raised. Ain't nothing about us fake. You know we're straight out of that dirty south, dirty roads. Nobody got no money, got them signed up pickup trucks, whistling at them from the country. Yes, sir. You know we're straight out of that long week working now. Everybody wanna party all night long. Bonfire on the back 40 in the middle of nowhere.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Oilers. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Brandon, there's no doubt the defense has to be excited after stacking up back-to-back running plays. But I still remember my old coaches saying, after you've had some success, you better be careful. They might have an answer for you. So make sure you watch your keys, play your techniques, and don't get overconfident.
Losing 4 yards. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Halfback sent in motion. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll run it it now out of the gun. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. They'll set up a throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win, and the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
They're going to try and throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.